What could be more important in all of life than the forming of a human soul, to be God's tool for the shaping of the heart of a real, actual, living, breathing human being? That's what parenting is. Well, Psalm 78 reminds me of what I like about the Psalms. I like just the broad range of real life topics. I've said this many times. I think the Psalms are in the Bible to keep us honest about the difficulties of faith and all the varieties of which our lives are meant to be shaped by faith in God. Well, you bump through the Psalms and all of a sudden you come to Psalm 78 and it's about parenting. I mean, who would have thought? And so Psalm 78 puts the question before us, what is the essence, what is the epicenter of the job of parenting? I've said to many parents and many times at parenting conferences, what could be more important in all of life than the forming of a human soul, to be God's tool for the shaping of the heart of a real, actual, living, breathing human being? That's what parenting is. It's profoundly more than exercising your power to get your children to obey. It's more than getting them through school so they can get a good job and buy a good house and find a good person to marry. It's more than teaching your children a set of behaviors that will help them to be socially acceptable. It's more than music lessons and athletic skill. Psalm 78 really does get to the heart of what this task of parenting is all about. Let me read some verses here. Give ear, O my people, to my teaching. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings from old, things that we have heard and known that our fathers have told us. We will not hide them from our children, but tell them to the coming generations the glorious deeds of the Lord and his might and the wonders that he has done. You could title Psalm 78, Telling Secrets to Your Children. But what secrets? Psalm says, here's the great secret. It's the great holy secrets of God's existence, God's character, and his work on behalf of his children. Tell your children of his power. Tell your children of his glory. Tell your children of his goodness and grace. This is what this psalm is about. You see, you've been placed on earth as a parent, not just to make sure your kids get a good education and understand how to be polite in public. You're here to introduce your children to the ultimate fact of facts of the human existence. It is the existence, the character, and plan of God. Without this fact, there is no other fact in human life that can be properly evaluated and properly understood. It's like being an accountant. If you're an accountant and you leave one figure out in the column, you'll never get the right answer at the bottom. And if you leave God out of the human understanding, the human equation, your evaluation of life, you'll never get the right answer. No matter what your children end up doing, if they're a philosopher or a plumber, their life will never, ever be what it's meant to be without a knowledge of the character, the existence, and the plan of God. And so parents, that's your job. Your job is to look for every opportunity to introduce your children to this fact of facts. Now, God's helped you because his work is able to be seen everywhere because he has embedded the revelation of his existence in his creation. I like to say it this way. You can't get up in the morning without bumping into God because the rising of the sun, the power of a storm, the inexhaustible wings of a hummingbird, the lumbering gait of an elephant, the grandeur of the mountain, The falling of those beautiful multicolored leaves all point to the existence, the character, and the plan of God. If there's anything in life your children need, they need the mystery of the existence of God unfolded to them, not just once, but every day of their lives.